Today, we're doing something a little different. We're setting aside the usual markets and data to focus on, well, a single incredibly dense narrative.
Mhm.
You've got the obsessive husband, the defiant wife, the toxic matriarch.
And through all that drama, we're looking for the patterns, the insights on betrayal, on power, and that ultimate struggle for who you are.
And we can jump right in with a perfect example that just defines the antagonist, Emerhan.
Oh, yeah. The duck.
The duck. The story starts with him putting in this monumental effort to impress the woman he knows is his wife, Azra, even though she's disguised as Daphne. He's so meticulous.
He's all about the gesture, right? He found the best chef. He's planned this whole thing.
But that's the whole point. He's trying to win her back with a show of wealth and planning, not by actually, changing.
It completely reveals his narcissism. He's not making a meal for her, the actual person sitting there. He's making it for this idea of a wife he has in his head.
And the result is just perfect. He presents this masterpiece, and what does she say?
Close it. Close it. I can never eat that.
It's the whole marriage in one moment. Massive effort, zero communication, and a total failure to connect.
And when that grand gesture fails,
Yeah.
well, that's when the manipulation starts. That failure just sets the stage for the first huge confrontation. The mask falls.
Okay, so he drops the act. He confirms he knows everything.
Everything. He knows she's his wife, Azra. He knows about the plastic surgeon, Byri Segener, who changed her face, her voice.
I mean, that is a level of hiding in plain sight that is just, it's almost unbelievable.
And Azra, or Defna, she tries to justify it. She says she ran because Emerhan wouldn't let me live after what I saw.
But she also says she couldn't live without him or their daughter, Layla. It's this impossible situation he's created for her.
Exactly. And his response isn't to try and fix things. It's immediate, calculated control. He doesn't beg. He leverages her single biggest vulnerability.
Which is her brother, Salim.
Her brother, Salim. Okay, so for anyone trying to follow this chess game, Salim is her only real anchor outside of this marriage.
And Emerhan has found the perfect way to threaten him.
He reveals that Davut, the guy who was tracking Azra, was found dead. And critically, what the transcript calls Salim's samples were found on the body.
So it looks like her brother is involved in a murder.
It looks that way.
Yeah.
And Emerhan makes it clear he doesn't care if Salim was protecting her or what happened. The evidence is there. And the police, they don't know about it yet.
He holds all the cards.
All of them. He gives her a choice, and she has until morning to decide. Stay with him, come back to being his wife, and Salim walks free.
Or leave.
And he makes sure Salim will rot in prison. It's not a negotiation, it's a transaction. Her freedom for her brother's life. Absolute control.
That shift from personal tyranny to, well, corporate savagery is chilling. It shows his pathology is universal. If you think he's a toxic husband, just wait until you see him as a brother.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of him using money to destroy family. He calls an emergency board meeting.
Not just any meeting. He calls for a capital increase of 500%.
500%. You have to put that in perspective. That's not a business move, it's a weapon. He's forcing his younger brother, Sirhan, to come up with about 175 million Turkish lira.
Which is impossible. It's designed to be impossible.
Of course. And when Sirhan can't produce the money, Emerhan executes the coup. He buys out his brother's shares for almost nothing. Sirhan is wiped out.
And the justification he gives is so cold. He doesn't say Sirhan made a mistake. He calls it capacity inadequacy.
Right. He says Sirhan showed a lack of loyalty and gratitude after he protected him his whole life. It's the same logic he uses with Azra. If you're not totally loyal, you are worthless. You get erased.
And the family structure just enables this. The matriarch, their mother, Hanzada Hanım, she's completely on board.
Oh, totally complicit. She tells Sirhan he was never capable of making decisions after their father died. She just reinforces Emerhan's power.
The cruelty of it. She tells Sirhan she only ever acted as a mother to Emerhan. It makes you wonder, is love in this family just conditional on obedience?
It seems like it. And then she gives him a condition to come back into the family.
Yeah.
Divorce your wife, Melda.
So even his marriage has to be sacrificed.
Every relationship is just a pawn. And that gets underlined when Melda herself confesses she only married Sirhan because her last husband wasn't with her.
So everyone is just using everyone else. The whole ecosystem is built on transactions, not love.
Exactly. So we've seen him use fear to control his wife and money to control his brother, which brings us to the final failsafe in this House of Secrets.
The secret prisoner.
The secret prisoner.
Right, because this whole thing gets even thicker. Azra's escape is tied to this woman, Sheval.
And Sheval is the sister of Barsegener, the surgeon.
the surgeon who changed Azra's face, it's all connected.
Yeah.
So Chevelle is being held captive in a basement room. She's badly hurt. And there's a doctor, Sulibe, basically being held captive too, to treat her in secret.
It's a terrifying setup. And then another character, Miri, gets involved. She's also obsessed with Emirhan, but she approaches Azra.
In this, like, twisted moment of alliance.
Right. She tells Azra, I know who you are. And she warns her that Emirhan is dangerous, that the basement is a trap. She says Azra's salvation is actually just her own captivity.
So Miri's the catalyst. She makes Azra realize she has to act now or she's trapped there forever.
Which leads to this incredibly risky plan. Azra, the surgeon Barge, and the captive doctor Sulibe, they plot to get Chevelle out.
But Emirhan is watching everything.
So the plan has to be perfect. The goal is to force an ambulance call. And the only way to do that is to make it look like Chevelle is dying.
They decide to inject her with a drug that will temporarily stop her pulse.
Drop it to zero. They have to fake a heart attack.
Yeah.
The risk is just. It's immense. If they get the dose wrong or the timing, she dies for real.
But it's their only shot to get past his surveillance.
And Emirhan, who's always a step ahead, he lays out the situation for the doctor in the most chilling way possible. He tells his mother what will happen to Sulibe.
What's the contingency?
He says if Chevelle dies, the doctor will be fine, as long as he reports it as a heart attack. Emirhan is covered.
Okay.
But if Chevelle lives, Emirhan promises he will make the doctor's life worse than her death.
So the doctor is tracked. Ruin or terror, no matter the outcome.
Emirhan doesn't just manage people. He manages their consequences.
Unbelievable. But the plan works. Chevelle gets out and Azra returns home. And this is it, the final confrontation.
Yes. Because Emirhan knows. He knows she wouldn't have come back unless she'd succeeded. He sees the betrayal instantly.
And this is where Azra changes. She's not just a survivor anymore. She becomes a revolutionary.
She has nothing left to lose. She's secured her brother's freedom. Chevelle is safe. The mask is gone for good.
She turns his own obsession back on him. She says, "Kill me. Take the only thing I have left."
But then she broadens it. It's not just about her anymore. She says, the woman you kept captive in the basement for months and the wife you imprisoned beside you for years, we brought about your end.
She connects herself with Chevelle, the two prisoners who brought him down.
And that defiance is what finally brings the outside world in. The police arrive. There was an anonymous tip about forced confinement. Emirhan's cornered.
But even then, his need for control is absolute. His final act is to grab the one person he thinks he still owns, his daughter, Layla.
He takes her to what he calls the Star Kingdom, a fantasy world.
And the story ends with Azra and Layla starting over. Azra has to explain her new face to her daughter. She tells her she went to the Star Kingdom and that's why her face changed.
It's such a beautifully painful moment of a mother trying to shield her child from this horror.
Which leads to Azra's final thought on everything. On identity.
Yeah, that quote is powerful. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face of life.
The important ones are those who stay by your side after the punch. They look at your heart, because as long as your heart doesn't change, the world won't stop recognizing you.
It's the whole point, right? Her face changed, her voice, her name, but her core self, her heart, her drive to protect the people she loved, that never changed.
Wow, what a narrative. We've seen Emirhan try to control every single thing. His wife's freedom, no phone, no leaving the house, his brother's money, the lives of two prisoners.
It all comes back to that idea of extreme control. His love wasn't love, it was possession. And it became so destructive he turned his wife into a prisoner. But he forgot that you can't control someone's internal self.
The
heart, the true identity. That's the distinction Azra finally makes. The outside can be manipulated, but the inside, your will, your loyalty, that's what determines if you survive.
It really makes you ask, when all the external stuff is stripped away, how much power does that core self really have?
Yeah?
So, we'll leave you with this thought to mull over, building on Azra's journey. If the world looks at your face, but your true self is only known by your heart, what radical action would it take for your identity to change completely?
Think about the difference between the costume and the character inside. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.